Here come the women. Here come the women.
Freedom!
Here come the women.
We have our children of the lawn have their very own party song.
Amen.
That's right.
You think I should release that on my solo album?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
then.
Michael says that it sounds like that it's.
Uh-oh. Is that my...
It could have come out this year.
Oh, I'm Roger Daltrey.
And Gail says hearing this 3 times in a row isn't enough. Ah.
Oh. Okay, let me qualify the Roger Daltrey crack for you there. Good evening, happy Friday. In every band, there's a guy who catches on to stuff last. Okay, there's just that guy. There's the guy who not into technology, doesn't give a shit about this, that, and the other thing. And in The Who, that was Roger. According to John, that was Roger. So Roger was the last one to get a tape deck. Roger was the last one to wear bell bottoms. Roger was the last one, you may have one of those in your band. And Roger was the last one to get a cell phone. Now John was, everybody knows that Pete has heavy hearing damage, but John was deaf as a post. Doesn't matter why, it's just true. And Roger was at the house one day, and his brand new cell phone started ringing. He couldn't tell where it was coming from, right? And he's running all over. And John's house is massive. I mean, it would take you at least 15 minutes to make a loop of, one set of stairs across the top and down. And so Roger says, I hear it, but I don't know where it is. And John says, Raj, it's in your back pocket. So that was what, because my alarm was going off and it was in my pocket, right. And I'm thinking, where's my phone? So, and we didn't finish a story the other night, and I think we really should finish this story.
Okay.
What was the story? We never finished telling
Chris
them.
Murphy.
Right.
Who was the guitar player on that session?
Right. Chris Murphy was the original, the very first guitar player ever in Rat Race Choir, and I think he was, if I'm not mistaken, I know Bob Dylan wrote it, but it was Chris Murphy's idea to call the band Rat Race Choir.
Well, he was a little older than y'all.
Yeah, I was like 16. He was 18, 15 or 16. He was 18, and so eventually Murphy left. I mean, and we got, I think it was Bob Catapano next, but Chris stayed in New York and went to work.
Chris Murphy
went to work for Miles Davis.
Right, as his assistant. We were telling that part of the story.
Right, I told you that part, right? And you know how it goes. We get drifted off onto something else and we forget about it. So I never told you the punchline of the story. Now the guy who's screaming "Hey!" on Freedom, that's Chris Peck. And then there was Dave, and there was Larry, and there was me. And so Chris Murphy decides he's going to write a book about Miles Davis. I think, was it after Miles died? I guess it was, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Miles is dead. He figures he's going to cash in on Miles Davis, telling all the drug stories and all that. What the hell was that?
The guns.
Yeah, the guns. And so he writes it all down, right? And how did it, who had the book?
Chris Peck came over, the singer.
He had the book?
Yes, he brought it to our house.
He brought it to our house and I opened it up?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Chris Peck came to our house and said, hey, look what I got.
Lived right down the street from us when we lived in the mountains in New York. And he brings over this book, Me and Miles, or whatever the hell it was, by Chris Murphy. And he says, I got to look and see what he said in here. I said, well, what makes you think he said anything? He said, you know Murphy. Yeah. I know Murphy.
Give me that. Let me look.
And so I said, give it to me. And he gives me the book, right? Sandy Gennaro's book, by the way.
He's coming on the show again.
I don't know why everybody prints this stuff backwards. It's like, So anyway, and I swear, I do this. I open the book, just like that, one page. I don't page over, I don't do anything. And I start reading that that Chris Murphy had to drive upstate for miles to get some blow, and he had to drop some of it off with and named Chris Peck.
At his wedding or something. At Chris Peck's wedding.
Was it
something.
Chris's wedding? Or?
Yeah, I think so. At somebody's wedding.
Well, we
but
were
it said
there.
Chris Peck, and Chris was like, yeah, right, it doesn't say that.
And I'm reading the whole thing. It was his wedding, I guess
Yeah.
it was. Yeah. And
it's
my mind is
I swear,
fried. I mean,
it
I'm
says it
looking
right
at
here.
I opened it up. I swear to God, I opened it up to the whatever page I came to, and that's what it said.
And Chris got pissed.
He went.
Oh,
He got pissed.
he did.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Kitty wants to know who put the can of peanuts on her chair.
A can of peanuts
Mark
on your chair?
Visconti wants to know if you have any other songs with Chris Peck singing. I seem to remember.
I do have Dinosaurs and Ugly Monsters.
No, you had one with him singing a cover like "Set Me Free." Why don't you?
Oh, I got tons of that stuff. Yo, I could play you some live Rat Race stuff from back then.
Yeah,
It sounds
Chris
crappy,
singing.
but I could do that if you wanted to hear Chris sing some more.
Yeah.
He was a good singer. It would have changed. Well, I don't know. The band would have been completely different. Things do. They are what they are.
That's right. Okay, Chris Chanel has a question for
Yes,
you.
Chris Janelle.
Did you know Paul Murphy from the James Montgomery Band? He was the guitar player.
No, I don't know Paul.
Do you know of the James Montgomery Band?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, and Patty Casanova says your notification didn't come up today.
I don't even know what that means.
I think for the show.
Oh, why?
I don't know. Well, we're
That's
here
horrible.
Monday
I
through
mean,
Friday. Every
how-
Monday through Friday, 7 to 8.
Just floating on through. Notification didn't come up. Was she talking about yours or mine when the show posts?
I think yours. Well, mine doesn't.
You know,
say
I was
it's
editing video all day, so I may have.
I saw you post the show though.
Yeah, I know.
I don't
well.
know why it didn't come up. But you're here and we're here, so
I'll
that's
look
all that
into
matters.
it. I will look into it.
Yeah. Okay, so remember,
Remember what?
Booker's playing tonight
Booker.
at Authors Tavern in Greenwich Village.
You gotta love old Booker. Booker. I had a good time with Booker. I'm gonna ask him
Yeah.
about his album.
Yeah, that's right. He was going to think about it.
Oh well, I don't know if he has an album. It'd be interesting
No,
to know.
you asked him if he was going to.
Right. I said, what would your album sound like?
Right, and he had to think about it.
He did have to think about it. So let's see. It's Friday.
I bet that's Booker.
Oh, Minnie's here.
Minnie.
Minnie Mousy.
Mousy!
Mousy,
my buttons.
Mousy. What?
My button.
Why?
Oh, I don't. For Angus's song, you got it?
I got it.
Okay.
Don't worry.
All right.
Mousy, come in.
She heard you
Come
talking about Miles
in.
Davis.
You heard me
Hi.
talking about Miles Davis. Is that what it was?
Not even.
Oh,
Man,
we were telling a Miles
I was telling a Miles
story.
Davis story. And have you seen that movie with Don Cheadle?
Yes, I have, and he's amazing.
He is.
It was.
It is entirely believable.
Yeah. We just
Well,
watched it.
I know it was believable because we were just telling a story. My first guitar player, when he left the band, he was like Miles' assistant. Drove, go get the
okay.
Ferrari. Go get the Ferrari, Chris. Go get the Jaguar.
Right. And then when Miles died,
And,
He wrote a
when
book.
Miles died. He wrote a book,
yeah.
and he did not spare anyone. That
Yeah.
anyway.
Well, he spared you.
Well, as we could all imagine. We all have those horrible stories in the vault. It's just
Yeah.
whether you open the door and let them out or not. It's up
Well,
to
this one's
whoever is left.
in a book.
Yeah.
He talks about bringing illicit substances to our former lead singer at his wedding.
Yeah.
He had to get something for Miles, and he went to get and he brought some of it to the wedding.
Now, why
Okay.
you
Wrote
had
about
to
it
say
in the
that?
book.
I don't know. Hey, Booker.
Hey,
How you doing, Laurie? How you doing, Mousy? How you doing, Steve?
I'm good.
good, bro.
I'm
Good to see you.
That was fun the other night, Booker.
It was fun, yeah.
It's nice to talk, man. You know, I mean, well, really, Booker was on. We did a not a throwback. We did a Tuesday thing, and we were just talking shop. You know,
Yeah.
just not. You
That's
know,
always fun.
man, yeah. Especially when that when the only person that you have contact with does not understand shop. Yep, looking at you.
Me?
I'm the
You looking at
idiot.
me?
I'm the idiot that goes, look at that, a 65 P bass,
Ugh.
and then I get,
And then he's gonna stop the show and back it up, and it's like, are you kidding me?
I know, but the people who like I totally feel you because, and I have to say, on the other side of that, living with a keyboard player, amazing keyboard player, I have to tell you, at one point he said to me in the middle of a show, he yells over the microphone, Mouse, I dropped my notes because you had to have everything on like 3x5 cards for this song you put in this program or whatever. I was like, you are a lost cause. So to this day, when I talk about him, I know exactly what you're saying because I'll go, oh, look at that. Look at that mic. And he's like, I said, you know how much that mic costs? He's like, I have no clue. I do not care. Don't tell me about it again.
That's me. I don't even go there anymore. I'm like, how much, Steve? Let him get it out of his system, and then we can continue watching.
well,
Now, wait, they're saying you got hacked, Mousy?
who got hacked?
Mousy.
Tom's here. Hold on.
Kitty Tiger said you got hacked.
Oh yeah, that was a couple of weeks ago. My Facebook just got completely deleted and wiped out by them, and so I had to start a whole new account.
Wow, that sucks.
Oh, you think 13 years worth of contacts in the music business and people I've known since kindergarten?
Oh man.
But you know what the worst part about it is? I have to tell you, I can recontact and I've kind of like re-upped a lot of people like Gellis and a bunch of people put, Mousy's account got hacked under a friend request kind of thing. But the thing that makes me really sad is when I'm scrolling through and I'm seeing people that have passed away in the last like 5 or 6 years that I could never go back to their pages and see my pictures of me and my beloved Donnie Muller or whoever people, and it's just like I can't friend them anymore. So that's what makes me so sad.
That sucks.
Is all that noise coming from Lenny's?
Yeah,
Of
watch.
course, it's coming from Lenny.
Hi, Tom.
Did it stop?
Hey Tom, how you doing?
Yeah, stop.
Hi, Laurie. Hey, Mousy. How you feeling?
I'm feeling okay. You got about another 8 days to go. And the doctor, when I went in today, said, your blood work looks great, blah, blah, blah. Everything seems to be working out. And then he said to me, but really, this is a staph infection and it's a long-term thing. So he said to me, because the bad news is this is like really like a 6-week treatment. And I said, oh no, it's not in my case. I go, it's not a 6-week treatment. I go, I'm in for another like 6 days. I go, after that, plan B has to come in. So he said, that maybe I could just do an oral antibiotic because my blood work is totally clear. My white count's good and whatever. I just knew that there was something going on with this infection, like with this scar not healing right and feeling painful after 5.5 months. So he said to me, well, your instincts were definitely right. And I was like, well, maybe somebody else who's more qualified than me should have picked up on this since I said it 100 times.
Mm-hmm.
So
They're always practicing.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
Mousy, you posted your word of the day. Was it yesterday? What the hell was the word and what does it mean?
What was the word?
Oh, I'm a word person. So that word atataxery is it means when you have that like Zen kind of like calm feeling and it's from something that gives you pleasure. So like, if a song that you like or whatever, that takes you to a place and you feel completely like in line.
Wait a minute. Is it auto? What's the first part? Auto?
No, it's ATARAXY.
ATAR.
AXY.
AXY.
Well, that just reminded me of something I saw the other day.
What?
You might be too smart to win a game show.
Oh.
Because I was watching, you know that show 25 Words or Less with Meredith Vieira?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that show.
There was a guy that worked at NASA, and the word that they had to guess was Triscuit, and his clue was energy biscuit. And then people were, we don't know what that means. So then they couldn't guess it. And so Meredith said to him, why did you say energy biscuit? That's what Triscuit means.
Triscuit is short for
Energy biscuit.
energy biscuit in NASA.
It is
Yeah.
in NASA speak.
And so he says energy biscuit as the clue.
And you can't get part of the word, yeah.
Yeah. It's fascinating.
Oh, electric.
No,
I'm sorry, electric
the party,
biscuit.
the party at Beef O'Brady's that Lenny's having is fascinating.
Wait. I'm sorry.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because he left and came back with all the noise.
I mean, I could mute him again, but there's a certain comedic quality to it.
It's electric biscuit.
Ambiance.
Triscuit crackers are named that because the biscuits are baked by electricity.
Okay, listen, do you want to look at this Neumann?
Check out that telephone paper.
Yeah, right.
He does it with cars.
The
too.
telly, that's what Frank Sinatra used to call. He had his own, right? And he called it his telly.
They said somebody
Really?
help Lenny.
Yeah, before it became Neumann.
There is no help for Lenny. No one can help Lenny. Lenny.
Somebody's trying, though. I hear them.
Yeah, I know. There's a team of engineers working around the clock to get Lenny up here.
I gotta
Yeah,
mute him again, Steve.
they're working around the clock. Okay, here we go. Lenny.
Thank you. Oh,
I got
my
buttons too, you know.
gosh. Okay, Booker. Did
Yes.
you know what your
Oh yeah, what
Solo
your
album would
album
be?
sounds like?
Or what my album would sound like. Well, first of all, there couldn't be any single style on it, because it would definitely start out with some bowed double.
Ah,
It would start out with some bowed double bass, and there'd be some real hardcore funk, some real hardcore rock, and some R&B, and it'd be a couple of songs with no bass on them at all.
That would be kind of
That's
cool,
for the hell.
actually, right?
yeah?
that would be, you know, and I get that because, you know, I'm finishing up this record that I'm releasing with Deco, and then it's time to, you know, they're gonna let me do my vanity record, and I'm thinking, do I want to do all new stuff? No. Do I want to do all old stuff? No. Do I want to take like something from everywhere? And I think that's what makes an album interesting these days.
Mhm.
I think, you know, well, I don't know. That's what I think.
Well, and it's funny you should say that, because I was going to ask one of the questions tonight of everyone.
Oh,
And-
okay.
Okay, so when I was-
before you do, I want to just acknowledge Joe's space heads.
Hi, Joe.
You see the stars shooting through his space heads?
You're muted, Joe.
He knows that.
No, I didn't. Yeah, it's my drum spaceship. How do you like it?
It's very nice. I like
Very
it a lot.
cool.
You ought to tune that second tom-tom, though. Anyway, sorry, I'm Mousy. I interrupted. I just had to know.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
That's a beautiful
Okay,
kid.
so every weekend, so basically, I sort of listen to terrestrial radio in my car all the time, because I realized when I'm listening to Sirius or whatever, I tend to just listen to the stuff that I want to listen to and miss out on a lot of stuff that you either forgot about or don't know about. So on the weekends, so the two stations I ever listen to in my car are two stations one's out of Newark and one's out of New York. And one is QXR, which is totally classical music. And the other one is WBGO, which is jazz, basically, except
Mornings,
on the weekends.
Yes.
Is there
Yeah,
still
on those
101.9?
weekend mornings when they go.
They play all this
No.
old school R&B.
It's all old school R&B and Junior Walker and the All Stars
Oh.
and you name it. It's like everything. And honestly, as I was driving the other day, I thought, what if someone came to me and said, you can only listen to one genre of music forever? What would you choose? And in my head, I was like, I could listen to this shit day and night, like R&B and funk till the day I die. And I would be like cool with that if that was my one, if I only could choose one. But I'm sure other people would say something else. So I wanted to know what everybody else would pick.
Genre wise?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's start with the boy with the space set.
It's going to take me a while to try to decide what I would listen to. I don't know.
We'll come back to you
Okay.
if you want to. And the young man at the COVID party.
Oh, it's actually a hospital show for a hospital, but
Nice.
and nobody was wearing masks. But
Lovely.
preferably anything before the year 2000.
Okay, so that's okay. Anything.
Well, mostly R&B, classic rock, anything along there. Some of the, I like everything from the 70s, like listening to real strings, real instruments.
Yeah.
But before they started using MIDI.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Well, they started
Remember
using
those days?
oscillators.
Well, so what would yours be, Steve?
Mine? It's hard because it wouldn't, I like classic rock, but classic rock encompasses a lot of music that I wouldn't want to listen to.
Yeah.
I love prog and fusion. It's tough. I mean, if I could only listen to one, I might have to slide into something like classical that would, I don't know.
It wouldn't be like Tower of Power.
Well, but how long? You
Or
can't listen to that forever.
Gloria Estefan.
That's
and the Miami
that's
Sound
yeah.
Machine?
That's Latin. But
West
Latin
Side
rock,
Story?
salsa. West Side Story is something that's tritone. Leonard Bernstein. I'm gonna, if I had to pick one, I'm probably gonna say Prague, because I love players that can play really well, and
Yeah.
it's always there's always somebody else out there pushing the limit. So
Well,
that
the
would be me.
children are saying
Good
classic
morning, Jeff.
rock 60s and 70s.
Good
Hey, Jeff.
Jeffrey.
time. He's dialing in.
Oh. And Sue seems to like this band XTC.
XTC, yeah. All right, so it's a young man in yellow. Second chance, second call.
Well,
Come on, you're gonna say jam band.
Well, jam band would be part of it, but I play everything. I play bluegrass, I play country, I play rock and roll, all that. And I listen to pretty much everything. But it might be a better question if you asked if you could only listen to one band, because that might narrow it down. Because in the 70s, 60s, and 70s rock for the most part, but like Steve said, there's probably some of it I don't like.
Oh, it's so diverse. Yeah.
And the other thing I've developed a love for, which I didn't have when I was younger, which is just 60s, 70s pop, hooky songs, like
Yacht
songs
rock.
that have a hook. I don't know why, but I appreciate that more now than I used to.
Okay.
I would only listen to, if I had one thing, and we know I love my bubblegum, but I would only listen to Motown.
I knew you were going to say
I
that.
love
Yeah.
Motown.
Yeah. I could listen to that forever.
Yep, forever.
I was driving home. I was coming home from East Hampton last Saturday night, and you know how Apple Music plays? They suggest things and they play it to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
2 hours, it for an hour and change of the trip, it played nothing but Tower of Power.
Wow.
Right? And it was all killer. And just as I was getting sick and tired of it, because I was getting tired, it popped over and it played Minuano by Pat Metheny.
Ooh.
And it went on that thing. And truthfully, Pat could have gone on for another 3 hours and I wouldn't have cared.
Okay, there's something to be said for that.
Yeah. But I'm gonna always get tired of listening to one thing. Always.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. But let's Jeff, do you know what we're talking about?
No, I came in just after.
Oh, good. He has no idea,
Mousy
you
asked
guys.
a good question
No,
tonight.
no. Mousy asked if you could only listen to one genre of music. But I have a follow-up question. If you could only listen to one genre of music, what genre would it be?
Gail loves rock and roll.
Yeah, rock and roll is a big category, though.
Yeah, there's some suck-ass
Yeah.
rock and roll, too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all you get.
It encompasses
Yeah.
everything. In a way, it encompasses everything. But
Well, yeah.
one thing, listening to one thing.
Patty,
At the moment, I'd have to say classical music, symphonic music.
Yeah, that would be my second choice.
Yeah, that's kind of where I
Not
went.
just classical period, but right through contemporary, with the exception of Burt Whistle.
Okay.
See, I've played orchestral music, and there are other things in my head when I'm listening to it that, I'm thinking of how the violin section, what kind of shitheads they were, because they usually are.
So this is personal for you, huh, Booker?
Yes, it's very personal. It's like, I could say that, but then there's something in me that's going to listen to it, and I'm going to think about somebody doing something, and that would turn me off. And I could say the same thing. I could say the same thing about straight ahead jazz, because there's always somebody there that's going to turn you off from,
A lot of times when I listen to classical, I think of Bugs Bunny.
Oh yeah. How
Yeah,
else did you
well,
learn about the vodka?
Right, exactly. But did you hear about that
Everybody?
symphony? I forget whether it was like Tulsa. It was some like second or third tier recently, and they were doing like a weekend thing, and they were doing a lot of Beethoven, and so the Ninth Symphony was a big thing on Saturday. They were doing it, but like you were saying with the strings, the string section supposedly was obnoxious, and apparently they were drinking. And it got worse and worse throughout the show. And when it was over, the review was bassists were loaded at the bottom of the ninth.
Oh,
I've
where
been holding that
from?
joke for weeks, waiting for Jeff or someone to mention classical music. That's a good one.
I
though,
didn't
isn't
hear
it?
that. You're welcome.
Wow.
Yeah, it's tough because I'm kind of like Booker. I can stay with one thing for hours and then okay, that's enough of that. Let's move on. But besides classical, I think prog rock. I can listen to Yes and Genesis and ELP and the Moody Blues forever. I mean,
Okay, so now here's the follow-up question. If you could have one music genre removed,
Yep.
Booker, we're going to start the bidding with you.
Most of the current pop crap.
That's its own category. I know that section, pop crap.
Current pop crap.
Yeah, current pop crap.
Yeah.
Current pop crap. Anything that is 4 measures of music for 4 minutes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I get that.
yeah.
The children are saying disco.
Oh, disco.
There's some cool disco
listen to
shit
a
though.
lot
There
of
really
that.
is.
There was a lot of like the Philadelphia stuff that is technically disco, but there's a whole lot of music in that stuff.
Yeah.
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 There's a whole lot of music in that
Ask
stuff.
Bernard Purdy.
Yeah.
There's I understand because there's always the stuff that you hear constantly, like the song "Ring My Bell."
Yep.
If I ever meet Anita Ward, I'm gonna just punch her right in the.
You're gonna ring her bell.
Gonna ring her bell.
Speed your clock.
That song, because it's an earworm too. So it's
Yeah,
like you hear
yeah.
it one time and you hear it all friggin'
Don't anybody sing it.
that song. And wait, there's one other song. There's one other song that's like that. Sheena Easton, "My Baby Takes the Morning Train."
Oh, yeah.
I can hear.
Yeah.
I can hear 4 measures of it, and I hear it for 3 days.
That's when you start punching the like different stations in the car.
Yeah.
If I hear one note of some song, I'm like, nope, gotta go.
Yep.
How about I got a brand new pair of roller skates?
Oh, God.
Melanie?
Yeah, Melanie.
Melanie did
Mel-
that. Yeah.
She also had a really annoying voice.
Yeah, she
yeah,
did
like
kind
that.
of have,
She had that nanny goat vibrato.
which is super popular now.
Yeah.
You know, when you hear these female vocalists, they will have that like affectation in their voice where it's kind of like a head voice that's like warbly and and kind of like a bad version of a torch singer from back in the 20s. They're just kind of
Kate Smith on steroids.
So if I could remove one type of music, oh my gosh, I have to, you know what, here's something that kind of bothered me. And I guess, the scene was pretty vibrant back in like, I'm going to say from the mid 90s, well into, I'm going to say like 2005, 6, 7, whatever. And it kind of was an offshoot of the grunge movement, but it was much lighter. So it was like these goofy bands like Weezer, Sister Hazel, those guys who just like, and it just got to the point, like I have to give it to Green Day because they kind of almost took like this punk and meshed it with like a little bit of pop and a little bit of rock. I'm not a huge fan, but I do give it to them. But a lot of that other crap that went along the way, and I have to tell you, I heard it ad nauseum because every band would come in and play Blink 182 and blah blah blah, and I actually did a showcase down at the Jersey Shore, and there were I want to say like 12 bands that I had to get on and off the stage. And I started like writing down like you would normally, saying, okay, these guys have done this song, so you probably don't want to do this in your set, kind of thing. By the time the 6th band in did My Own Worst Enemy, including the Backstreet Band, which was a freaking Bruce Springsteen cover band, did that song. It was so popular. I'm like, if I hear that song again, and now I guess the difference is those bands, even if it was stuff I didn't like, you could listen to it 20 or 30 years later and like, as Joe was saying, like have a different appreciation for it.
Mhm.
But this crap, I like, honestly, I'm like saying, well, you know what? When was the last time you saw a Sublime album come out? What was the last time you heard of, there was some, like not the grunge stuff, but that kind of like stupid poppy stuff that it was kind of like the lowest common denominator. We used to say that about the lowest common denominator of rock and roll would be like Moni Moni, Mustang Sally, like those songs that like Roadhouse Blues, that la 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 songs that you always are going to win the crowd over. And that's what there was, that whole chunk of that was just obnoxious to me. So that's what I would remove.
I think I would remove Screamo.
What's that?
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
genre?
Screamo, yeah.
Screamo?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a type of music, believe it or
And
not.
what about
Aptly names, I must say.
what about the death metal ones with the ones that singing in that sub bass voice?
That's what he's
Oh yeah,
talking
like
about.
they're
That's what he's
Satan's
saying.
child.
Yes, like the same.
Yeah.
Some of that actually musically though is like it's pretty interesting.
Intense.
Musically, it's pretty interesting. It's just like, could they take that voice out of it? Because the voice creeps me out.
Yeah.
I feel like if I listen to it too long, like that song, that movie, Drag Me to Hell. You listen to it too long, you're way up in hell.
Oh, yeah.
A
Well,
lot of the children of the lawn are saying rap.
Yeah, they are.
Rap? You know the only thing about that is,
I gotta tell you, I love Eminem.
yeah,
do.
yeah. The only thing, the rap stuff, and I remember going down to Unique when the whole thing was first starting to blossom, and they first got their whatever the drum machine was, the one that
ER 808.
Lynn got.
808.
The Roland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the stuff, I mean, it was really creative for a while, but when everybody started ripping everybody off, and it's just, it got so. When somebody comes along that really does something, like Eminem, I mean, the guy, his stuff was hooky, and, you know,
Public Enemy.
Just remember,
Made.
Dr. Dre is a musician.
Yeah.
yeah, no kidding.
Absolutely.
He's a musician.
Yeah.
So
I like
um,
it.
the guy who did the song, the Humpty Hump, that one, oh, what's his name? What's the name of the band? Oh man. But he was a keyboard player.
Dre, you talking about?
No, the guy,
What else?
Oh, okay.
The one
Shock
with,
G?
Shock G. Yeah, what was the name of the band? What was the name of the group?
I'm looking it
Digital
up.
Underground. I got it.
oh,
I knew it would come.
Screen.
Digital Underground. There was actually they did their album, and then they did an EP after it, and the EP was more interesting than our album.
Yeah, I love some of the stuff by Tupac. I love some of the stuff by House of Pain.
yeah, I like Tupac.
And then there's you listen to stuff by
Cypress Hill Gang.
you listen to stuff by like Kendrick Lamar, which is newer stuff, and listen to it musically. It's genius.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Okay,
know-
so where does Kanye fit into all this?
Oh,
Don't bring that name up to
Kanye
me.
is a big fan of himself. Kanye, unfortunately, happens to be really good.
at what?
Really
What?
good. He's really good at creating the loops that he winds up with. He's really good at that.
Well, how much of that is him, and how much of it is his producers?
I think most of it is him.
Wow.
I think most of it is
Yeah,
That's
I
what my
can't
son tells
imagine
me.
him being the
And
kind of person who
believe me,
just says
I
the
do
producer has the word.
I don't want to give his crazy ass credit at all, but it really is. Do I think, are there people I prefer? Yeah, I prefer the guys from Public Enemy. I prefer,
Yeah.
like the aforementioned Kendrick Lamar. I prefer Eminem. Eminem is a genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he
Kendrick Lamar,
really,
Kendrick
really
Lamar,
crossed it over.
it's just they chose a different path, because if they were forced to go a different path, they would have been great instrumentalists doing something.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and if
They
we had to
chose-
eliminate people as far as like if they're an asshole or not, forget about it. I mean,
There'd be no music business.
let's be honest, there's certain people in every genre that we know that are
like-
jerks. So
Vanilla Ice was not a rapper or artist, but we still see him.
yeah.
Yeah, on the construction
They're
channel.
rebuilding houses. Yeah. Remodeling
Yeah.
houses.
Hey,
Yeah.
Debbie.
Hey, Joe X.
Hi,
Doobie.
Jube.
How you doing?
How are you?
How you feeling?
Well, with my fingers, thank you much.
Good. Take your gloves off. You'll feel better.
Big news to report. Big news.
What's
Okay.
the news?
Last Saturday, I surprised two guys, Richie and George from the band, at a gig, and I actually played two songs.
Whoa.
Excellent.
Awesome. Yay,
time-
buddy.
First time in 2 years I played anything. It was pretty amazing. I didn't
How
know.
did
That feel?
Well, the arms and the legs were fine. The wind was shit.
Oh,
It was terrible. I had to go sit over there for 15 minutes to catch my breath. But it was the arms and the legs were fine. I just like you walk in, you sit down, you pick up the sticks, you count to 4, and away you go.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
wonderful.
It was really a test to see if I could still do it, and I can.
All right.
Is that
But
Richie
I-
Rano? Is that Richie Rano?
Yeah. They were playing a gig up in Richfield Park, and I went, and it was just to say hi, to surprise them. Some other fans and stuff had showed up from England and stuff, so I wanted to see them too. I said, you fly 3,000 miles, I can drive 30 to come say hi.
What songs did you play?
Huh?
What songs did you play?
Well, they had just finished playing Brother Louie, which Richie was in Stories. So, and before that, they played Brandy. So we played Brandy again.
Yeah.
That wasn't too tough. And then we played a Star song, Fallen Angel, both of which were very easy to do, not difficult songs, but because I hadn't done anything in 2 years, I was pretty winded, and I had to go sit over there by myself for a while. But I did it. I really had no clue. I had no idea if it was possible, if I could do it, if it would work, if all my shit would happen. I mean, I had no idea. And let me tell you, it was cool. It was very cool.
Welcome back. Welcome home.
Welcome back. Yeah.
Look at Jeff's shirt.
Read that?
Oh, nice.
Drumming
I told my mother when I said, Mom, when I grow up, I want to be a drummer. She said, you can't do both.
You can't do both.
Speaking of drummers, there's Scott Du Bois.
Hey,
What's
Scott.
up?
Hi, Scott.
Hello,
Where
all.
is he?
How are you guys?
There's my
How are
guy.
you?
How you doing?
My guy right there, man.
Wait a minute. Where are you? Show me.
I am in Secaucus, New Jersey, where I live when I'm up north. I'm right here on County Avenue.
Holy crap. I was telling him I just played last Saturday with Richie and George up at in Ridgefield Park. First time I played anything in 2 years, and I did it. You may be out of a job.
Listen, dude, if it's up to me, I wanted to be out of a job before I was in a job. All I give a shit about is that you're feeling well, brother. In my language. Yeah.
Thank you. I got to tell you, I also told him that after 2 songs, I thought I was going to die. So you're safe.
You know what? A little bit at a time.
Exactly.
That's what happens. Yeah, it's a little bit at a time. Yeah.
Baby steps.
One stroke at a time. But yeah, nice to see you. How you doing?
You too. I'm good. I've been putting a lot of work into this bus that our band got. We have this foreigner tribute band,
Right.
and the band's catching on. We're having a lot of fun, and we like to travel together. We bought a 39-foot bus, and I'm converting it into a poor man's tour bus. Bunks, a couple of laps.
Wonderful.
Bus.
Is this the one the one that's like I don't want to,
You're going to have to do a
bus?
video tour of it.
I'm sorry?
You're going to have to give us a video tour of it when you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, after I get rid of the yellow paint on the outside.
Yeah, what do you like? The Partridge Family? What are you doing?
Come on down and meet everybody.
You don't recognize David Cassidy when you see him?
Come on, get happy.
I probably would. Look, I mean, the truth of the matter is we could sit in a freaking Sprinter van for 14 hours going out to Western Indiana, or we could sit in a comfy 39-foot bus with a diesel engine in the back and a flat nose. And, once I give it a cool paint job and do a couple things, it'll be cool. I'm in the middle of, I gutted the bus. I just redid the floor. I'm putting a floating floor in there like you'd have in a house. We're going to have a bathroom. We're going to have bunks. Hey, you know what? We may not be rich, but we're going to travel comfortably.
Nice. That's
good call.
Touring.
Scott, what is the name of the band?
Double Vision.
Okay.
They're really
Florida
good.
Tribute, Double Vision, very original.
Yeah, right.
No, they're really
Whatever
good.
brings them in.
Yeah, they're good, man. They're good.
Yep.
Good
We've had every one of
I'm
them
sure.
on
Yeah, but I'm not on my pictures in here. That's the problem.
Yeah, but you're still logged in. You can hear the conversation.
Oh my God.
Wait,
is
wait,
that
Don't
wait.
say anything, though, Lenny. Don't say anything.
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
No, I can't hear you. What did you say?
I think I've been on for a while, but I have no camera picture.
Just as well.
Oh yeah, you do. You look great.
You see
look
me?
fine. Yeah.
No.
Does everybody else see him?
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't see me.
I have my eyes closed.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Thanks for having dinner with us.
Oh boy, you
Well,
got a whole.
we enjoyed it. It sounded delicious.
Hi Jeff. Hi iPhone. Hi Tom.
Hi, Lenny.
Hey, Lenny.
Hello
Hey, Lenny.
everybody. Hi Booker.
Hi,
Hi Bossy.
Hey, how are you?
Okay, so anyway, I'm in a car and I'm driving. We just had dinner, and I just wanted to make sure I checked in.
Hey, cool.
Good. Did you enjoy your dinner?
Yeah, a lot of fish.
Cool.
All
Right
right.
here now.
We can't see
We're
you.
having
though.
carnival right now.
Yeah, there's carnival down here in Antigua.
And we got no
Fine.
camera to see. We need to see Carnival.
Oh no, well, it's not happening here.
Wow.
If
One
I was in
step at a
carnival,
time
I'd be
here,
in big
Steve.
trouble.
Lenny doesn't have enough pasties or G-strings.
Yeah, right. I don't have my, I lost my pasties.
Let's all just take off our shirts. Come on.
Oh, hold on, there's some
Antigua.
exciting driving going on here. Whoa,
Antigua's
whoa.
awesome.
Okay, well, everybody looks great.
And so do you,
So
bro.
do you.
Nice hat.
See you later.
Later.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Lenny. Bye,
Take
everybody.
care.
Lenny.
See you, buddy. That opera
That was
picture.
good. So do you.
It's priceless.
We really got to get our own show, guys. We really need some network support, I think.
Oh,
Well,
Oh,
Lenny
dear
is,
God.
Lenny is like the Tim Conway of the show.
yeah.
Yes, he is. More like the Con Timway. But yeah, I get it. He is the Tim Conway. Oh, man. All
You
right.
gotta love them.
Where are you working on your bus, Scott?
Forgive me.
Where are you working on the bus? In
Oh.
Secaucus?
Yeah, it's up here in New Jersey. I have a couple of good friends who happen to have warehouses, and they're letting me work in and around areas. We keep a trailer with our equipment in one of them.
Oh,
It's a
didn't you
big bus.
tell me
It's
that's like, but in my town, Little Falls? Didn't you tell me you were keeping something in Little Falls?
Yes, yeah. As a matter
Yeah.
of fact, the bus is in Little Falls as we speak.
Well, come up Stevens Avenue and stop in. I just made a huge meal.
Nice.
There you go. Uh-oh.
Hey,
Time.
Scott, what kind of a bus is it? Is it a Silver Eagle or what do you got?
Oh no. It's a yellow joke. I'm just kidding. It was a freaking school bus.
Oh,
And-
a real one?
Yeah, okay, here's the story. Chandler and I flew to San Antonio, bought this bus. I drove back 28 hours. He chilled in the back. He didn't really want to be part of driving it. I'd never driven a bus in my life, but the bus was titled as a motorhome. And the trick with that is when you're a motorhome, you don't need a CDL.
No.
Uh-huh.
This thing has air brakes, and it's a big bus. I mean, it's got a nice diesel engine in the back, and it's just a big long bus. And my first experience driving it was right in San Antonio.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
That's where I learned how to drive it. But I don't scare easily, and by the time we got back, it was nothing. And then the next level was adding the 16-foot trailer to it. That gets a little daunting.
Yeah.
Ooh.
When
That
you have
gets a little hairy.
Yeah, because when you have a long tow vehicle, it gets very tricky to back up, a trailer when the tow vehicle's real long. I'd be better off if I had a shorter tow vehicle. But I'm getting really acclimated to it. I don't mind it. I taught one of our guys how to drive, and we have to be really careful. You have to make sure you're not tired, you're focused, and you really have a handle on it, because this is a pretty big machine. But for the money it cost us to rent vans, it's a much better move to own this bus, hook it up the way we want. And even though I hadn't built the bunks yet, we had some air mattresses. Guys crashed, and they didn't seem to mind it too much,
It's a party on wheels, man.
It is, yeah.
I love
That's
them.
it.
I love them.
Listen,
You guys, that's all.
I toured the United States for half a decade in a Silver Eagle or something
And
like
Eagles, yeah. I
for
love it.
about, yeah. So you're not telling me nothing I don't know, and I just say bus, sweet bus. Not home sweet
Eagle
home.
15s, Eagle Prevo 45s.
Oh, yeah. Prevost, that's it.
Don't forget about Van Hool.
No, I like Van Hool. I like Van Hool, but I like the Prevos.
They got a little too much of that. The top.
Yeah,
thing.
they're a little too high.
Yeah.
Like a double-decker London bus or something.
Yeah. Have you
one of Corey Glover's tours, we had Jerry Cantrell's Eagle, and it was just 6 bunks in it, and it was really cool because at the time it was like everybody had their own TV with a VCR in it.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I said,
nice.
That could be like either you're watching movies or there could be some like serious perversion happening.
Or both.
Whatever it takes to get to the next gig.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, that's true. Let me ask you all something, guys. I mean, obviously, it sounds like pretty much everyone's spent time on tour buses. I found that when I did, I slept so well on the tour bus.
Oh, yeah.
Day off at hotel, I didn't sleep as well.
No.
Yeah, because you're like a baby in the cradle, just swaying back and forth.
I'm gonna tell you,
as long as the driver's got his shit together,
I have a somewhat embarrassing tour bus story that everybody's going to get this right away because you're my people.
You didn't number 2, did you?
No.
Yeah,
you know how you get people to not do that? You put cellophane over underneath it, and they don't. No. I had someone on the show, and we were talking about the tour bus, right? And I said, well, I always, what bunk do you like? Where do you like to be? I said, well, it depends on where the hinge on the door is, right? Because if the door that goes back to where the bunks are, if it swings open and bangs your bunk, that's no good. So you want to be on the opposite side of that, right? And, I'm all proud of my bus knowledge. And the guy says, they don't have those kind of doors anymore. Push a button and it slides in. I'm like,
Hey, you want to know? You guys, everybody had a bunk with a TV. Our first bus, we were thrilled because it had a little TV set and we could play Pong on it.
Wow, hours of fun.
Yeah.
Jimmy, that was right after the covered Conestogas, right? That was the next.
That's
step.
it. We rented it from some guy that said Phil Wells Fargo on the side.
That was right after you got rid of the bus where everybody had to stop the bus with their feet.
Right. You got a roadie to hold the rabbit ears so you could watch the honeymooners.
That's right.
As a matter of fact, you're inspiring me. Maybe we'll call ours the Flintstones.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so Scott, Kitty Tiger said that there was a show on TV a while back that redid buses and they even made homes out of them.
Yeah.
Oh,
you can get tours of Stars buses too on television channel, where they have 3 levels, and at the top was a mini putt.
Oh, for God's sake! Seriously?
What?
Yeah, I had a bus on a tour where when it was sitting still, the sides of the bus came out. It was really cool. Yeah.
Those are
but
nice.
Of course, you couldn't travel like that.
No.
What channel was that show on?
Which show?
The one that redid buses.
History or
Discovery or something.
Oh, yeah.
It's on the bus channel.
It's incredible. It's incredible what people do with these buses, and some of the inspiration. It's really beautiful. I mean, and I appreciate that. But I love building things, fixing things, and it's very inspirational. Some of these buses are much nicer than houses I've seen people have.
How far are you gonna go? Are you gonna like put a satellite dish on it, or?
That's a good question.
Are you gonna have like a real lounge with like a microwave and a fridge in it?
I'm in a bit of a tricky area right now because we have it's a business and that's registered to, and because it is, the insurance company says if you add electricity to this bus, we'll drop you.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's
Well, you need
even
that
though it's
insurance.
technically an RV, I have to look into some different angles. I'd love to. I'd love to add a diesel generator. We could add a diesel generator to it and tap the generator right into the main fuel tank, so we never have to put fuel in it.
Yeah.
There are so many cool things with the air brakes. You can tap in and have an onboard compressor to inflate your own tires, or things like that. Not that you would use it often. And what I'm starting out with is this: in the front of the bus, there are going to be 8 individual seats. There will, on the left side, there will be 2 seats facing 2 seats with a table in between, and on the right side there will be the same thing. 2 and 2 facing each other with the table in between. People want to eat, want to play cards, just sit there and bullshit. And then the way I kind of don't have a say so in this, but way in the back of the bus, because it's a rear engine, there's an engine compartment that comes into the bus, and it's closed inside the bus. And right now it's kind of I don't want to call it a couch, but it's a back seat that spans from side to side.
Right.
I'm gonna
Right.
Make that the rear lounge.
Yeah,
That's the king bed, man.
Yes. Well, here's the thing.
Yeah,
It's
who gets that?
Well, this is a good point, and you're asking great questions. So, what I'm going to look to do in the back is I'm going to look to build a couch that's going to be much more comfortable than what's there, and a little deeper, because what's there wouldn't fit a baby's bottom practically right now. And then in front of it is where the bunks are going to start. So I'm going to have to frame partial walls. So what I'm going to do is in front of the couch, if you're sitting in the back of the bus looking forward, you're going to have like a half wall in front of you with a monitor on each side. I'm going to put a TV on each side. As far as connectivity, got to figure out what's the best, most efficient way to do it. I'm having a senior moment. The thing used to convert DC to AC, I can't think of the name of it right now. An inverter. Maybe get an inverter, for that. And the bus already has 3 nice air conditioning units on it. And one of the crazier things I'm going to do is right now the heating system is basically a 1-inch tubing, hose, and there's a loop. It goes from the engine to the front of the bus and then comes all the way back to the engine, and it's all tied into the cooling system, the antifreeze. So what I'm going to do is I already eliminated one heater that had a loud fan that had to blow to heat. I'm getting rid of that, or I threw it out already, actually. The front heaters, I'm going to leave because I need it to defrost the windows potentially. But what I'm doing is I'm actually using forced hot water home baseboard heating. So it's going to be just like a house, because in theory, hot water is running at about $1.70, maybe a little hotter, and the bus is running at around 170 to 190. So, since we're moving, we're not using it as a home, and it's going to be more of a mobile, space. We're going to keep the bus that way, so it's quieter and more efficient.
My final question is, since we are living in a time when this global warming isn't real, but it's still 9,000 degrees out here. So, are you going to air condition it as well?
Oh yeah,
the 3
bus
units, right?
Has 3. It has 1 in the back, 1 in the middle, 1 in the front.
Good. Okay,
and that was the big thing. I would not have bought a bus without the AC. It's tough out there. The thing about the bus is with all those windows, and by the way, I'm going to be closing off a lot of those windows and putting sheet metal over on the outside, is you get that greenhouse effect, so it can be, really hot. And on the other hand, when you open all those windows, you can get a surprisingly nice draft, where you almost don't want the AC, but so it's a work in progress. But what I'll do is when I get it done, I'll call in and we'll do a nickel tour of our 10-cent bus.
Cool.
We are available. We are available for consultation.
Yes, we are available.
You have to leave, Booker?
I gotta leave. See you later.
Yeah, we all gotta leave.
Have a
It's
great
time. Booker,
show.
have a great show, man.
Have a great show.
All
Have a
right,
great
Good show, Booker.
all
Where
right,
are you,
Good,
Booker?
man. Good
Where are
gig.
you playing?
Pastor?
at Arthur's Tavern
Okay.
In the village.
Cool, man.
All right,
That's awesome. I hope you have a great time, man.
thank you.
Yeah, have a good gig, bro.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's out. Okay, now what?
That was
You-
everybody.
Ah, look
Oh,
at
here
Joe.
comes Jeff.
Chucky is here.
Joe's got voodoo doll and a chuck.
In Pastor.
Oh, shit. Now I got it. See, I went for the space. Where's my frickin' hair?
This is in keeping with my my next few pastures will all be Hendrix references as last week
Oh,
was.
voodoo child.
Oh, I get it.
You're so clever.
You are clever. You are clever. And Scott, just for you, man, this is, you got to look up space-saving ideas for vans. The shit they have on this channel it's YouTube, but the shit they have on there is ridiculous. It's like amazing what they make and what you could probably copy. So anyway, that's my tour bus thing.
Hey,
No,
Jeff,
that's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, it's great, and the beautiful thing is the inspiration's right there at your fingertips. I can get online anytime and get inspiration. It's great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean,
How
cool
many
stuff.
guys? Hey, Scott, how many guys you got a house?
Well, we
60.
have seven guys in the band, and then right now we have one crew guy. We'd like to have two, so maybe 9 of us. And you made a comment about the king bed or something like that, right? So what I never finished saying is in the back where the couch is, I'm going to build a couch that's going to have a little piece that can be brought from under the bus and put next to it, so we could put out a queen air mattress on an occasion where we have somebody who needs to sleep that way, because we're only going to have 8 bunks, and maybe we have a driver who wants to sleep a bit, but you really only want to use the bed that goes side to side when you're definitely stopped, because God forbid if you're driving, you know about that.
Oh,
You
yeah,
got
yeah.
feet forward. So, but that's going to be an extra thing, It's not going to be like the sex bus or anything like the old days,
Oh,
Sorry.
What time is checkout?
well, you take your time. I mean, there's no rush. It's not urgent.
It's not.
Oh,
But it's good to hear that you're going to have heat, so you won't be cold as ice.
Oh my God. He has to get him in.
You just stole my thunder. Well, fortunately, I'm hot-blooded.
I was going there. I figured I'd leave that one for someone else to pick up.
I can't even think of another song.
Hey, Jeff, who do you have behind you?
This was
There's a shower, so there's no dirty white boys.
Oh,
we're the bus will be full of dirty white boys. Without doubt.
wow. We are really digging deep.
Yeah, but we're doing good, man. You guys are bringing it
We
up.
are. No, it's okay. And just like you said, get the air conditioning so you're not hot blooded.
Yeah. Exactly. And then man, I don't know. It's fun though. I'm having a good time. I enjoy it. It makes me happy, and the band's starting to do more and more. I'm really having a good time. It's a lot of fun. I'm so grateful to play music at this stage of the game. It's just
cool.
It's one. Yeah, man.
Best thing, just remember this: when you get on the bus, it's probably going to feel like the first time.
Well, yeah.
Wow.
Very good.
Well,
Hey, I say the guy who builds the bus gets to get the best bunk, though, right?
Right.
I mean,
I think that's
yes.
you should
You
get
would think
first
so.
dibs.
well, we'll have maybe a couple of bunks in the back for the the taller guys, and we'll have a couple up in the front for the Lilliputians. So we'll have to.
Adjustable bunks. That's nice.
Yeah. Well,
Fantasy.
the length of the bunk, man. I mean, if you're 6 feet tall, you'd like to have a little more room than 6 feet. What I'm trying to figure out now is I could do like a twin size mattress, which is bigger than typical, but then you'd have to kind of walk down the aisle maybe a little sideways, and I don't know if everyone would love
Yeah,
that.
you don't want to do that.
That could be dangerous too if you're,
You don't want to do that.
Nah.
So-
I kind of walk sideways on any given day.
Let's get some bunk beds and nail them to the wall.
Oh no, I'm building bunk beds, and they're going to be definitely attached to the wall. And it's crazy because the skeleton of that thing is just steel. It's like a steel cage. It's a beautiful starting point to build anything. Can I say one thing real quick to Doobie?
Yeah.
Dude, you tore some people's hearts up the other night. There were people who were just like overjoyed to see you and listen to you play, man. And I'm so sorry I wasn't there for that. I had no freaking clue. And I was working on the bus. If I knew, I would have dropped everything to come out and support that.
It's supposed to be a surprise, but thank you very much. It was sort of last minute, and only because Pazuzu said, come on up. I went just as a test to see if I could do it, but I got a lot of nice comments, and it was really nice to be back in the saddle, even if it was only 2 songs. Thank you much.
Yeah, man.
Welcome home, dude.
Yes.
Welcome home, bro.
Got a lot of love out there, brother. A lot of people love you and support you and just want to see you doing great, man.
Yeah.
Thanks. It was a big deal for me. It really was.
Now she's
I'm super happy, and I hope I could be there for the next one, man.
You will. Absolutely, you
Love
will.
that. I'd love that.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
And likewise,
Yeah.
thank you too.
Mousy, is that your
Yeah,
mother's
Mousy, we need to
farm?
know about the
No, this background is someplace in Alabama, and that is because as of today, I have signed on to mix Southern Cross's reunion show at the Osprey on 9/11. And already on Facebook, over 300 people have said they're going.
Man,
So,
they're great guys, and they
Yep.
deserve every success that they can possibly lay their hands on.
It's their 50th anniversary. They started in 1972,
Wow.
and their keyboard player Taylor is flying out from Alabama. Their other keyboard player is coming up from Florida, and it's going to be pretty epic. And I'm really looking forward to it. So
Isn't this Rat Race's 50th as well?
No, Rat Race is fit. Oh, you don't even want to.
Dude, didn't you guys start in like 68 or something?
Yeah.
68. Yeah. Well, all right. Listen to this one. I get a call 7 months before the show. Would you guys like to do a
In
reunion? Blah, blah,
2017.
blah. In 2017. May 1st, 2017. I said, man, that gives us 7 months. We could like write some new stuff and retool the old stuff and release the album that we never finished and write a book and sell all kinds of crap. And I'm thinking, man, this is what we waited 50 years for.
Nah.
No,
Never.
no,
Was not in the cards.
no. I mean,
Everything for a reason.
and here's the thing. In 2017, right? 17, here's my idea. I say, guys, let's get together for 7 months. We tool this thing up, make it a monster frickin' show. Production, the whole thing. And then when we do the reunion show, which was to celebrate Zebra's 40th anniversary of when they came to New York and opened for us, that was the whole string. I said, then we could announce, okay, now Zebra did their 40th. Our 50th is next year, and we'll see you out there. We could have just killed for a year. But instead, it was
What it was.
like this. It was like this. And those.
Instead, it was, we have this show.
Yeah. And so now we're here.
This would
Yeah,
be
we love
Godspeed's like 52nd.
What's that? What?
It would have been your 52nd.
No, this would have been our 54th. Believe me, one of the guys is still celebrating, so it's, I could just go look.
I got next month. I got a 50th coming up next month, 3rd week of August. In '72, Brandy was #1 around the world.
That's beautiful.
Wow.
Well, congratulations. We
Yeah.
should celebrate it
Awesome.
in some way, shape, or form.
Yep.
I don't know what I'm going to do, but it's going to be something. And Brandy been very, very good to me.
Well, there you go. Just don't do anything you used to do, and you'll be okay.
Well, I'm better at it now.
Yeah, well, listen, like I said, I don't do drugs anymore. I don't do them any less.
Yeah, right. It's it.
The best drug line, and I'm going to leave you all with this because actually dinner awaits, but the best drug line I ever heard came from John Entwistle when he was asked, "Did you ever have a drug problem?" And he said, "The only problem I ever had with drugs was finding them."
Well, he's not wrong.
No.
Hey,
Not wrong.
Yeah.
So
I
Jeff-
heard. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Scott.
I heard Glenn Burtnick at a show one night. I don't know if it was his concept. Say instead of doing acid these days, we do antacid.
Oh,
I got a whole
nice.
list of those from somebody the other day.
Well, Leslie used to take out a bag of what was the old sweetener, the pink stuff.
Sweet
Sweet
and
and
low.
low.
Sweet and low, yeah.
Well,
Sweet,
sweet and low, and he used to rip. We'd be in some restaurant. He'd see it, open up the thing, dump it out on the table, and go, "Diet Coke."
Diet Coke. That's funny.
Yeah, one of a kind.
Okay, time
All
for
right,
dinner.
kids, I'm getting the boot here. So
Yep,
everybody have a
great
great weekend, and I'm excited for you, Mouse. I think that's great. And,
I couldn't be happier than to be like with those guys. I really
That's
couldn't.
cool.
They're like family. So
Cool,
I'm
good.
pretty stoked.
It's great, man. Scott, keep on bussing,
Cool gig.
and Doobie.
Yes.
Next time it'll be 3 songs.
That's
Or
right.
5.
Tom, get out of that COVID hospital.
Yeah, Tom. You need
Doobie.
a box of masks because I'll send them out to you if you want.
Oh,
Your
thanks.
logo on them.
Oh, thanks.
Hey,
Oh,
dude,
oh,
Yeah.
next time you want to play, you call me, write me. I'll come out. Let me roadie for you. I'll set up all the gear, save all your energy, and you come out and you play and make everyone happy.
You know, it's going to be me and you for a while.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
well,
that's
I'll
a good
It's gonna be
offer.
me and you for a while.
I like that.
in any way, but I'm just saying all the labor stuff. I'm happy to do any to help you out.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I mean, we'll work on who plays what, but I think you're playing all the tough stuff.
Hey, you created it, man.
Hey, quick recommendation, guys. You know how we're always talking about streaming shows? If you watch Blackbird on Apple Plus TV, OMG.
Black.
I think it was it's based on a true story, and it is it's dark, but it's very compelling, and it's I think probably Ray Liotta's last thing that he did.
Oh, wow.
And it is spellbinding. And I'm not one who likes these kind of things. It's based on a true story, actually. Greg Kinnear's in it. The cast is good, and it's like I said, it's dark, but it's really good. So check it out. Somebody recommended it to me, and I'm like, oh, I don't really like these things. And he's like, oh, you're gonna like this. So it's called Blackbird.
On Apple Plus.
Yeah. we
Yep.
have it.
Yeah, we have that.
All good.
All right, we now.
Gotta go.
All right, we're
kids.
going
Yeah,
to.
us
Bye,
too. So we're gonna
dude.
bail.
Take care.
You guys next
You look
week.
good.
All right.
Love
Good night,
you all.
everybody.
Bye.
Take care. Be well, everybody.
Next week.
Love you.
Very
Take care.
clever.
Don't forget Vernon Kelton Band next Saturday.
Oh yes,
yeah.
indeed.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
See
right.
everybody.
I'm psyched. Thank you, bro.
Take care, Lori. Steve, be
Bye.
good.
Take care, Scott. Thanks for being here, bro.
I'm sorry I checked in late. I'll get back next week.
That's all right. There's no time limit.
And that was
I
great
know
about the
that.
bus.
I missed you guys, man.
We're right
Yeah.
here, Monday through Friday, 7 to 8.
Keep on rocking, man.
You know I will, brother. I'll see you out there.
Yes, sir. Take
All
care,
right.
guys.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, man.
Bye,
See ya.
Scott.
Bye.
Where am I here? Oops, what happened to me? Oh, there I am. Oh, bang. Wow.
Gail says, and now Lenny will appear.
Oh, he's been here the whole time.
Well, that was a fun night.
Yeah, that was a fun night.
Yeah.
You know, it's. I like that Mousy does the when she comes up with a clever question, and it get, because you really have to.
Think.
You know, it's just fun to have stuff to talk about. That was a good question.
Yeah, she would be a good party host.
Yes, she will. Well, she has been a good party host.
But you
feel
know
like
what I
I'm
mean? I
sinking
bet
down
if
in
you
the
were at a
ship.
party at her house,
Yeah, I imagine. Oh,
she
there we
would
go.
keep, the fun happening.
Yeah,
Unlike
well,
our kind of fun, we didn't play games or anything at our parties.
What? Games? Okay, I don't know
We
what
just
games.
told
we
story,
What?
like,
Oh, charades? What?
no, like name what genre of music you would. That kind of
trivia.
game. Trivia. Yeah,
Okay.
she did do good.
No, she's great. I love having her on the show. I'm glad that she's part of the family. It's and it's well anyway.
All right.
I'm gonna waffle on, and then
Monday.
they'll all come back, and we'll be here for another day.
Nope.
But
Time
it's
for
the weekend.
tacos.
Is it raining?
I don't know.
It is.
Oh,
It's raining. It's
Okay.
pouring.
the old man is snoring. Good night, everybody.
If I don't see you in the future, I'll see you in the pasture.
Good night, everybody.